sitting on the carpet with a dial in my hand, twisting through the frequencies to find a promised land. The digital display is glowing amber in the dark, a solitary beacon like a solitary spark. I passed the jazz station and I passed the nightly news, searching for a voice that could alleviate the bruise. But between 88 and 100.9, there is a massive canyon on the borderline. Just an empty hissing sound, an ocean of the void, a symphony of nothingness completely unalloyed. I close my eyes and listen to the chaos in the room, a manufactured soundtrack for a solitary tune. It's just static on the radio, bleeding through the cone, reminding me exactly how much I am on my own. A rush of cosmic background, a blizzard of a sound, a place where all the missing frequencies are never found. I'm trying to tune into a frequency of you, hoping that a ghost of your transmission pushes through. But the dial is just spinning with nowhere left to go, and I am drowning in the static on the radio. Just white noise and me. They say that in the static you can hear the universe, the echo of the bang, a blessing or a curse. But all I hear is distance, all I hear is space, the terrifying vacuum of a cold and empty place. I remember how you used to sing along to Channel 4, with your feet upon the dashboard and your hand upon the door. Now the station is offline, the tower has been dark, I am listening to the ashes of a burned down spark. Just an empty hissing sound, an ocean of the void, a symphony of nothingness completely unalloyed. I close my eyes and listen to the chaos in the room, a manufactured soundtrack for a solitary tune. It's just static on the radio, bleeding through the cone, reminding me exactly how much I am on my own. A rush of cosmic background, a blizzard of the sound, a place where all the missing frequencies are never found. I'm trying to tune into a frequency of you, hoping that a ghost of your transmission pushes through. But the dial is just spinning with nowhere left to go, and I am drowning in the static on the radio. Just white noise and me. Are you out there? Can you hear me? Over nothing but static, nothing at all. Turn the dial, turn it off, unplug the cord, silence is better. The sun is shining bright above the surface of the bay. I can see the wooden hulls of boats sailing away. They're catching all the wind in their majestic white sails, riding on the back of the optimistic gales. But I am down below them, sinking in the murky dark, a rusty piece of metal in a desolated park. The ocean floor is silent, and the pressure is intense. 1,000 tons of water crushing every single sense. The chain is wrapped around my ankle, heavy and immense, a prisoner of memory and a lack of self-defense. I watch the silverfish go swimming past my weary eyes, while I am buried underneath a mountain of goodbyes. I am carrying the weight of the anchor in my chest, pulling me down deep where the broken vessels rest. I try to kick my legs, try to swim up to the light, but the gravity of sorrow is too powerful to fight. It drags me through the coral, and it drags me through the sand, a permanent tether that I cannot understand. The world is floating on, breathing in the salty air, while I drown in the weight of the anchor, lying there, heavy and cold. You were the captain standing at the sturdy wooden wheel. You cut the heavy line because you didn't want to feel the drag of my depression slowing down your rapid pace. So you left me at the bottom of this godforsaken place. The iron is oxidizing, flaking off in reddish brown. I'm the undisputed ghost of this underwater town. I don't have the oxygen to scream out for a rope. I have traded in my lungs for a cemetery of hope. The chain is wrapped around my ankle, heavy and immense, a prisoner of memory and a lack of self-defense. I watch the silverfish go swimming past my weary eyes, while I am buried underneath a mountain of goodbyes. I am carrying the weight of the anchor in my chest, pulling me down deep where the broken vessels rest. I try to kick my legs, try to swim up to the light, but the gravity of sorrow is too powerful to fight. It drags me through the coral, and it drags me through the sand, a permanent tether that I cannot understand. The world is floating on, breathing in the salty air, while I drown in the weight of the anchor, lying there, heavy and cold. Sink deeper where the light can't reach, far away from the sandy beach. Just rust, just iron, just the bottom of the sea. Not fine. You place me on a pedestal inside a glass display, a lovely little object you could look at every day, painted with a delicate and ornamental blue, a perfect silent masterpiece reflecting back at you. But the air is getting thinner underneath this heavy dome. This museum of a house is not a place I can call home. I am holding in my breath, terrified to make a sound, afraid that if I move I'll be scattered on the ground. You admire the glaze, but you never feel the cold. You treat me like a treasure that is only to be sold. I am flawless on the surface, practically divine, but there's a microscopic fracture running down my spine. And I am made of porcelain, beautiful and pale, waiting for the moment that the careful structure fails. If you grip me any tighter, I will shatter in your hands, a million tiny pieces resting in the barren sands. I was fired in an oven of a suffocating love, to sit upon a mantelpiece immaculate above, but I am cracking underneath the pressure of the grace, a porcelain facade with a tragic painted face. I'm just porcelain. I wanna be a messy thing made of clay and dirt. I wanna feel the rawness of a scraping of a hurt. I'm tired of the dusting and the polishing of pride. I'm tired of the hollow, empty cavern deep inside. You tiptoe around the edges wearing gloves of velvet white, but I want you to drop me in the middle of the night. I wanna hear the music of the breaking and the crash, to sweep me from the floorboard like a pile of useless ash. You admire the glaze, but you never feel the cold. You treat me like a treasure that is only to be sold. I am flawless on the surface, practically divine, but there's a microscopic fracture running down my spine. And I am made of porcelain, beautiful and pale, waiting for the moment that the careful structure fails. If you grip me any tighter, I will shatter in your hands, a million tiny pieces resting in the barren sands. I was fired in an oven of a suffocating love, to sit upon a mantelpiece immaculate above, but I am cracking underneath the pressure of the grace, a porcelain facade with a tragic painted face. I'm just porcelain. Hairline crack running down my cheek. I can't even speak without chipping away, without breaking. I folded up my courage like a piece of origami, a fragile little vessel in a world that's so tsunami. I creased the edges perfectly, I made the corners tight, hoping it would be enough to carry me in flight. You built your love from iron, from heavy steel and stone, a fortress of a man where I was chilling to the bone. I wanted to escape you, to rise above the trees, but I was never manufactured for a heavy breeze. I climbed up to the attic window looking at the sky. I whispered to the open air a quiet alibi. I strapped them to my shoulders, white and paper thin, ready to surrender, ready to begin. But I'm flying on paper wings, tearing at the seam, falling from the ceiling of a beautifully tragic dream. A single drop of moisture, a single gust of wind is all it takes to ruin everything I have pinned. You can't survive a hurricane with pages from a book. I crumbled the moment that you gave me that look. I'm spiraling downward on these fragile, flimsy things, a broken bird descending on her torn up paper wings. Paper wings. The ink is running tears I couldn't hide, a manuscript of secrets that were buried deep inside. Every fold a compromise, every crease a lie, telling you I'm fine while I was withering to die. You didn't try to catch me, you just watched me drift away. A fascinating physics test upon a rainy day. I hit the wooden floorboards with the devastating sound. A crumpled pile of poetry discarded on the ground. I climbed up to the attic window looking at the sky. I whispered to the open air, a quiet alibi. I strapped them to my shoulders, white and paper thin, ready to surrender, ready to begin. But I'm flying on paper wings, tearing at the seam, falling from the ceiling of a beautifully tragic dream. A single drop of moisture, a single gust of wind is all it takes to ruin everything I have pinned. You can't survive a hurricane with pages from a book. I crumbled the moment that you gave me that look. I'm spiraling downward on these fragile, flimsy things, a broken bird descending on her torn up paper wings. Paper wings. Don't touch them, they'll rip. Don't pull, they'll tear. I thought I could fly, but it's just thin air. I'm grounded. I'm grounded. Just paper, just words, no feathers, no birds. I'm falling. Just paper. It's 7 in the morning on a Thursday in the gray. The sky is looking heavy, like it's got too much to say. I hear the water drumming on the tin roof overhead. I'm tangled in the linens of an oversized bed. I poured a cup of coffee just to have a thing to hold, but I got lost in overthinking and I let it go cold. A dark and bitter mirror resting on the windowsill, reflecting back a woman who was paralyzed and still. The traffic on the boulevard is dragging through the wet. I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to forget. The rhythm of the weather is a melancholy beat, washing down the memories into the flooded street. And it's just cold coffee and rain bleeding down the glass, watching all the empty hours slowly, slowly pass. The ceramic mug is heavy, but my hands are feeling numb, waiting for a text or call that's never gonna come. I'm steeped inside the sadness brewing in the dark, a solitary figure in a waterlogged park. I don't have the energy to wash away the stain left at youth by you, and the cold coffee and the rain. Just cold coffee and rain. I wrapped a knitted blanket tight around my shivering frame. The drops against the window panes are whispering your name. I stare at the apartment building sitting right across, wondering if anyone in there is feeling this much loss. A yellow cab splashes through a puddle on the ground, the only splash of color in this monochrome town. I take a tiny sip of what is left inside my cup. It tastes like all the giving in and all the giving up. The traffic on the boulevard is dragging through the wet. I'm trying to remember what I'm trying to forget. The rhythm of the weather is a melancholy beat, washing down the memories into the flooded street. And it's just cold coffee and rain bleeding down the glass, glass, watching all the empty hours slowly pass. The ceramic mug is heavy, but my hands are feeling numb, waiting for a text or call, it's never gonna come. I'm steeped inside the sadness, brewing in the dark, a solitary figure in a waterlogged park. I don't have the energy to wash away the stain left by you, in the cold coffee and the rain. Just cold coffee and rain. Pour it down the sink, watch the black turn into pink from the blood inside my biting lip, watching all my sanity just slip, drop by drop. I took the velvet box out of the closet shelf, a little dusty time capsule of my former self. I opened up the lid and saw the necklace there, the one you gave to me with such a gentle care. It used to shine so brightly in the dining room, but time is just a slow and steady kind of tune. The oxygen and sulfur got into the case and painted dark corruption all across its face. I bought a little bottle of the polished paste, trying to undo the damage of our sudden haste, but the black is deeply settled in the tiny grooves, like a stubborn piece of sorrow that refuses to move. We are nothing but tarnished silver now, a precious little metal that forgot its vow. It's blackened at the edges, losing all its gleam, the oxidized remains of a shattered dream. I put it on my neck and it is freezing cold, a heavy lifeless anchor that is growing old. It leaves a dirty shadow on my collarbone, tarnished silver, proving I am on my own. You told me it was sterling, that it wouldn't rust, but you didn't calculate the apathy and dust. When you leave a thing unguarded in the open air, it slowly starts to wither from the lack of care. I stare into the mirror at the darkened shade, a chemical reaction to the years of rain. It used to catch the light and blind my happy eyes, now it only swallows light and feeds me lies. I bought a little bottle of the polished paste, trying to undo the damage of our sudden haze, but the black is deeply settled in the tiny grooves, like a stubborn piece of sorrow that refuses to move. We are nothing but tarnished silver now, a precious little metal that forgot its vow. It's blackened at the edges, losing all its gleam, the oxidized remains of a shattered dream. I put it on my neck and it is freezing cold, a heavy lifeless anchor that is growing old. It leaves a dirty shadow on my collarbone, tarnished silver, proving I am on my own. Rub it till my fingers bleed, it doesn't give me what I need. The shine is gone, the metal's dead, just like the cruel words words you said. There is frost creeping up the bedroom window pane, a geometric map of my internal pain. I can see my own breath every time I sigh. The radiator hums, but it's a broken lie. I'm buried underneath the heavy woolen quilt, thinking about the fragile little life we built. The neighbor's string of lights is blinking red and green, casting strange distorted shadows on the movie screen. The world is celebrating, wrapping boxes up in bows, while I'm slowly freezing in the clothes you chose. The snow is falling heavy on the telephone lines, severing the signals and the vital signs. I'm just listening to the echoes of a cold December, blowing out the fire of the final ember. The ice is growing thick upon the driveway stone. It's a special kind of quiet when you're all alone. The holidays are hollow and the heart is bare, just a decorated sadness floating in the air. I'm shivering inside, though I am fully dressed, haunted by the echoes of a cold December in my chest. I found a silver ornament inside a cardboard box. We bought it at a market near the city docks. It's reflecting back my face in the distorted sphere, a lonely little bubble of a wasted year. I didn't buy a pine tree, I didn't hang a wreath. I'm just trying to survive the biting cold beneath. The floorboards are creaking with the winter draft. I hear the phantom memory of how we laughed. The world is celebrating, wrapping boxes up in bows, while I am slowly freezing in the clothes you chose. The snow is falling heavy on the telephone lines, severing the signals and the vital signs. I'm just listening to the echoes of a cold December, blowing out the fire of the final ember. The ice is growing thick upon the driveway stone. It's a special kind of quiet when you're all alone. The holidays are hollow and the heart is bare, just a decorated sadness floating in the air. I'm shivering inside, though I am fully dressed, haunted by the echoes of a cold December in my chest. Crack the ice, break the glass, let this frozen season pass. I am stuck inside the chill, waiting on a silent hill. the echoes. The cicadas are slowing down their heavy drone. The humidity is sinking like a dropping stone. The goldenrod is dying by the rusted wire, and the evening sky is burning with a colder fire. We spent the whole July tangled in the heat, running barefoot down the boiling asphalt street. But the calendar is turning like a heavy page, and the summer love is exiting the empty stage. I can feel September sneaking through the screen door mesh, leaving goosebumps on my sunburned, peeling flesh. The transition of the seasons always takes a toll, but this time it took a piece out of my soul. Now I am living with the ghosts of August, lingering like smoke inside the morning mist. They're sitting on the porch swing, drinking lemonade, laughing at the temporary plans we made. The days are getting shorter and the nights are long. The crickets have forgotten how to sing our song. I'm packing up the swimsuits and the summer clothes, living with the ghosts of August. Heaven knows I can't let them go. There's a faded beach towel drying on the wooden line, in an empty, dusty bottle of cheap cherry wine. I walked down to the lake, but the water was too chill. The ripples on the surface made the world so still. I thought I saw your silhouette against the pine, but it was just a shadow playing with my mind. The autumn wind is coming to sweep it all away, but the phantoms of the summer desperately want to stay. I can feel September sneaking through the screen door mesh, leaving goosebumps on my sunburned, peeling flesh. The transition of the seasons always takes a toll, but this time it took a piece out of my soul. Now I am living with the ghosts of August, lingering like smoke inside the morning mist. They are sitting on the porch swing, drinking lemonade, laughing at the temporary plans we made. The days are getting shorter and the nights are long. The crickets have forgotten how to sing our song. I'm packing up the swimsuits and the summer clothes, living with the ghosts of August. Heaven knows I can't let them go. Sunburn fades to pale, the warm winds start to fail. The sweater hides the collarbone where you kissed me. Now I'm alone. Goodbye, August. Hello, cold. The ghosts are fading, getting old. 'Cause I found it hidden in the bottom drawer, beneath the letters from the year before. A square of glossy paperboard is turning brown, a snapshot of a moment in a coastal town. The emotion is beginning to degrade and peel, making everything we had seem so unreal. The sky was supposed to be a brilliant blue, but time has warped it to a sickly greenish hue. It still smells faintly of the chemical spray in the ocean salt from that specific day, but the faces in the frame are blurring at the edge, like the promises we made standing on the ledge. We are nothing but a faded Polaroid, a vintage memory drifting in the void, overexposed by the harshness of the sun. A single capture of a love that was undone. You can't reprint a one-of-a-kind mistake. You can't unbreak a heart that chose to break. The colors bleed together till there's nothing left to see, just a ghost of who you were, and a ghost of me in a faded Polaroid. There's a sun flare hiding half your smiling face, erasing the expression I can't quite replace. I think you had your arm wrapped tight around my waist, or maybe that's a detail that my mind has chased. I've stared at it so long, the paper's getting worn. The bottom left-hand corner is a little torn. I keep trying to develop what is already dry, searching for the truth inside a chemical lie. It still smells faintly of the chemical spray in the ocean salt from that specific day, but the faces in the frame are blurring at the edge, like the promises we made standing on the ledge. We are nothing but a faded Polaroid, a vintage memory drifting in the void, overexposed by the harshness of the sun. A single capture of a love that was undone. You can't reprint a one-of-a-kind mistake. You can't unbreak a heart that chose to break. The colors bleed together till there's nothing left to see, just a ghost of who you were, and a ghost of me in a faded Polaroid. Faded Polaroid. Shake it like a picture, but the picture never clears. Lost inside the filter, washed away by all the tears. Just a square of paper. Fading out, colors bleeding, white borders turning gray. Put it back in the drawer, let it fade. I've been sitting in this wicker chair since 9, watching cars go passing by the county line. A couple dozen moths are knocking at the glass, trying to reach a bulb they cannot ever pass. The humidity is hanging in dark, like a heavy blanket on the empty park. I've got your favorite sweater wrapped around my knees, listening to the whispers of the willow trees. The neighborhood is sleeping, every house is black, except for mine, pretending you are coming back. I told myself I'd wait until the clock struck 2, but now it's almost 4, and still no sign of you. And I'm watching the porch light fading, a yellow beacon in the lonely night, degrading. It's burning out just like the hope inside my chest. I gave you everything, and you took all the rest. The amber glow is flickering against the wood. I would have kept it burning for you if I could, but electricity and patience have their end, and I can't play the part of waiting loyal friend. I'm just watching the porch light fading. There's a dewdrop forming on the spider's web. I can feel the midnight tide begin to ebb. A stray dog wanders slowly past the broken gate, looking just as tired and as desolate. My coffee mug is empty, leaving bitter stains, a perfect metaphor for what of us remains. I promised I would leave the light on till you're home, but I am getting freezing out here all alone. The neighborhood is sleeping, every house is black, except for mine, pretending you are coming back. I told myself I'd wait until the clock struck 2, but now it's almost 4, and still no sign of you. And I'm watching the porch light fading, a yellow beacon in the lonely night, degrading. It's burning out just like the hope inside my chest. I gave you everything, and you took all the rest. The amber glow is flickering against the wood. I would have kept it burning for you if I could, but electricity and patience have their end, and I can't play the part of waiting loyal friend. I'm just watching the porch light fading. I stand up from the chair, my bones ache in the damp air. I reach my hand toward the switch and sever the final stitch. Click. The light goes out, the porch is dark, and you're not coming home. I'm sitting on the porch in a heavy woolen coat, watching the freezing air escape from my throat. The street lamps cast a halo on the fallen white. It's the first real blizzard of the winter night. The cars on the avenue are buried in the drift. The shape of the neighborhood begins to shift. Every sharp corner is rounded and soft as millions of icy feathers tumble from aloft. There are no footsteps on the sidewalk yet, a blank white canvas where we try to forget. The insulation is wrapping around the town, muffling the sorrow, turning the volume down. And it's quiet as the snow falling on the street, a gentle anesthesia for a bitter defeat. It covers up the cracks in the pavement below, covers up the places where we used to go. No sirens screaming, no neighbors awake, just a beautiful silence from my own heartbreak. I am freezing on the outside, hollow in the chest, embracing the numbness, laying my mind to rest, quiet as the snow. The branches of the oak tree are bending with the weight, like the heavy resignation of accepting our fate. I thought I would be crying, I thought I would scream, but it feels like I'm floating in a glacial dream. The cold bites my cheeks, but I don't go inside. The house is a museum where the memories hide. Out here in the blizzard there is nothing but white, a perfect erasure of the wrong and the right. There are no footsteps on the sidewalk yet, a blank white canvas where we try to forget. The insulation is wrapping around the town, muffling the sorrow, turning the volume down. And it's quiet as the snow falling on the street, a gentle anesthesia for bitter defeat. It covers up the cracks in the pavement below, covers up the places where we used to go. No sirens screaming, no neighbors awake, just a beautiful silence from my own heartbreak. I am freezing on the outside, hollow in the chest, embracing the numbness, laying my mind to rest, quiet as the snow. Hush now, don't make a sound, let the winter bury it into the ground. White out the anger, freeze out the pain, until there is nothing but the silence again. Just the snow. I found them pressed inside a paperback book, between chapter 4 and a tragic outlook. Yellow and purple, flattened paper thin, a fossil of a summer where we couldn't win. You picked them from the ditch by the county line, told me that the simplest things are divine. I put them in a mason jar on the windowsill, watched them drink the water until they had their fill. But beauty is a fragile, temporary guest. You can't keep it alive just by trying your best. The stems turn brown and the petals curled tight, surrendering softly to the fading light. wilted wildflowers, dry and decayed, victims of the promises that we never made. You can't put a wild thing in a glass cage and expect it to flourish, expect it to age. We dried out our love in the heat of the sun and kept the dead pieces when the blooming was done. Now they crumble to dust at the touch of my hand. Wilted wildflowers, turning back into sand. I remember the smell of the earth on your jeans when you handed them to me, a king to his queen. But romance is cheap when the weather turns cold and poverty buys what the poetry sold. The mason jar cracked when the winter blew in. I hit the dead flowers like a beautiful sin inside this old novel of a tragic romance, hoping that maybe they'd get a second chance. But beauty is a fragile temporary guest. You can't keep it alive just by trying your best. The stems turn brown and the petals curl tight, surrendering softly to the fading light. We are wilted wildflowers, dry and decayed, victims of the promises that we never made. You can't put a wild thing in a glass cage and expect it to flourish, expect it to age. We dried out our love in the heat of the sun and kept the dead pieces when the blooming was done. Now they crumble to dust at the touch of my hand. Wilted wildflowers, turning back into sand. Blow them away off the page, let them fly away from this dusty cage. They belong to the dirt, they belong to the wind, not to the pages where the story thins. Purple and yellow turning gray. I closed the book and I put it away. Wilted. I parked the car by the edge of the rim, where the red rock drops and the sunlight goes dim. The wind is a whisper brushing over the stone, reminding my skin that I'm standing alone. I look at the vastness, the terrifying deep, the geological secrets the valley tries to keep. I brought all my anger and I brought all my grief, looking for a bottom, looking for relief. I take a deep breath of the arid dry dust. I gather the pieces of my broken trust. I step to the ledge and I open my throat, releasing a ragged, sorrowful note. And the canyon echoes send it right back to me, a distorted reflection of my misery. I shout out your name into the open air, but the walls just repeat it, showing they don't care. It bounces off the sandstone, it travels down the ridge, a vocal reminder of a burned down bridge. I wanted an answer, I wanted a sign, but I just get the echoes of a voice that is mine. Just canyon echoes, wasting orange sky, watching a tiny broken human try to fly, with words that are heavy like boulders of lead, tumbling down into the riverbed. You used to tell me that my voice was a song, but out here in the open it sounds so wrong, thin and pathetic against the massive scale of a prehistoric silence that will always prevail. I take a deep breath of the arid dry dust, I gather the pieces of my broken trust. I step to the ledge and I open my throat, releasing a ragged, sorrowful note. And the canyon echoes send it right back to me, a distorted reflection of my misery. I shout out your name into the open air, but the walls just repeat it, showing they don't care. It bounces off the sandstone, it travels down the ridge, a vocal reminder of a burned down bridge. I wanted an answer, I wanted a sign, but I just get the echoes of a voice that is mine. Just canyon echoes, wasting my time. Hello? Hello? Are you there? It's just me, talking to the air. The space you left behind is just as wide as this, an endless, terrifying, bottomless abyss. Fog is heavy on the mountain pass, condensation dripping down the tinted glass. I packed my whole life in the trunk of this sedan, leaving behind the only home I understand. You were sleeping when I slipped out the front door. I left the house keys resting on the kitchen floor. I didn't have the courage for a long goodbye. I'd rather disappear before I watch you cry. The coffee in my paper cup is getting cold. I'm feeling much too young to feel this worn and old. The gravity of leaving starts to pull me down as I cross the city limits of our little town. Now I'm watching the pines in the rearview mirror. Every mile I drive, the ending becomes clearer. Those tall green giants fading in the gray, standing still while I am running far away. We built a cabin of promises under their shade, but wood can rot and every summer starts to fade. I'm trading the forest for desert I don't know, watching the pines in the rearview, letting go, just letting go. I remember how the needles felt beneath our boots, how we swore our love was tangled in the roots. But roots can strangle when the soil turns to clay, and love can suffocate when people lose their way. I rolled the window down to breathe the cedar air. One final rush of rain and dampness in my hair. I'll miss the dreary winters and the evergreen, but I can't survive the ghost of what we could have been. The coffee in my paper cup is getting cold. I'm feeling much too young to feel this worn and old. The gravity of leaving starts to pull me down as I cross the city limits of our little town. Now I'm watching the pines in the rearview mirror. Every mile I drive, the ending becomes clearer. Those tall green giants fading in the gray, standing still while I am running far away. We built a cabin of promises under their shade, but wood can rot and every summer starts to fade. I'm trading the forest for a desert I don't know, watching the pines in the rear view, letting go. Shrinking down the matchsticks in the glass, a blur of green, a memory of the past. I blink my eyes and wipe a single tear. The fog rolls in and makes them disappear. They disappear. Goodbye to the evergreens, goodbye to you. The road is stretching out, nothing left in the rear view, nothing left. Nothing left. The white lines blur into a single thread. I'm pushing 80 while the world is dead. Just me and the interstate stretching out ahead, trying to forget the final words you said. The radio is scanning through the static waves, searching for a preacher or a song that saves. But all I get is white noise and a crackling hiss, a perfect soundtrack for the things I miss. My hands are gripping tightly on the steering wheel, trying to numb the phantom touch. I still can feel the headlights cut a tunnel through the velvet dark, but they can't illuminate this heavy heart. There's only midnight on the dashboard, glowing green, illuminating the spaces in between. The ghost of you sitting in the passenger seat, in the cold reality of my defeat. The speedometer climbs, but I'm going nowhere fast. Just a moving target, haunted by the past, suspended in emotion, escaping what is true by the midnight on the dashboard, bathed in blue. Oh, bathed in green and blue. I passed a glowing diner back in sleepy town. The neon open sign was buzzing up and down. I thought about pulling over for a cup of black, but if I stop the car, the memories will catch up back. There's a map inside the glove box that I haven't read, because I don't care where I'm laying down my head. I just need the forward motion to pretend I'm brave, riding on the crest of this lonely highway wave. My hands are gripping tightly on the steering wheel, trying to numb the phantom touch. I still can feel the headlights cut a broke a 50-mile mark at 10. I swear I'll never let myself break down again. The engine is humming a lullaby underneath the starless, empty western sky. Keep driving, keep breathing, keep driving, keep breathing. Digital clock flips to 3:05. I'm the only person left alive in this suburban neighborhood of sleep, where the dreams are shallow and the night is deep. I've counted the cracks on the ceiling twice, wrapped in a blanket as cold as ice. My thoughts are running in an endless loop, a messy, untangled, chaotic soup. I close my eyes but the screen is bright, playing the highlight reel of every fight. Every word I shouldn't have said out loud, hanging above me like a thundercloud. And there is moonlight bleeding through the glass, painting a ghost on the tangled mass of the sheets where you used to lay your head. Now it's just a pale silver glow instead. It washes the room in a monochrome blue, exposing the lies that I thought were true. I can't hide from the dark when the sky is this clear, with the moonlight bleeding through and you not here. The branches outside are scratching the pain, a skeletal hand in the freezing rain. I get up and pour a glass of water from the sink, staring at the mirror, trying not to overthink. I look so tired, I look so worn, a little bit bruised and a little bit torn. I leave the glass on the bathroom tile and walk back to bed for another mile. I close my eyes but the screen is bright, playing the highlight reel of every fight. Every word I shouldn't have said out loud, hanging above me like a thundercloud. And there is moonlight bleeding through the glass, painting a ghost on the tangled mass of the sheets where you used to lay your head. Now it's just a pale silver glow instead. It washes the room in a monochrome blue, exposing the lies that I thought were true. I can't hide from the dark when the sky is this clear, with the moonlight bleeding through and you not here. Stain the floorboards white, cut the shadows with a knife. I'm the prisoner of the night, bar is silent like an empty cocoon. I haven't moved from this armchair since noon, just staring at the corner of the room. The curtains are parted, just a tiny slit where the golden hour sun decides to sit. I'm holding my breath, trying not to stir, as the memories of you become a blur. Time doesn't stop when a universe breaks, it just keeps on moving, ignoring the aches. And physics remains in this quiet space while I look for the outlines of your face. And I watch the dust dancing in the light, millions of particles taken to flight, suspended in sunbeams, fragile and small. They don't know that you're gone, they don't know it at all. They swirl and they spiral in a golden parade, a beautiful mess that the silence has made. If I reach out my hand, they scatter and hide like the pieces of you that I carry inside. Just dust dancing in the light. I found your old sweater draped on a chair. I bury my face in it, pretending you're there. It smells like pine needles and peppermint tea, a sensory ghost that is haunting me. The radio is off, the TV is black. I'm playing the tape of you back to back. Your laugh in the kitchen, your sigh in the hall. I'm letting the quiet consume it all. Time doesn't stop when a universe breaks, it just keeps on moving, ignoring the aches. And physics remains in this quiet space while I look for the outlines of your face. And I watch the dust dancing in the light, millions of particles taking to flight, suspended in sunbeams, fragile and small. They don't know that you're gone, they don't know it at all. They swirl and they spiral in a golden parade, a beautiful mess that the silence has made. If I reach out my hand, they scatter and hide like the pieces of you that I carry inside. Just dust dancing in the light. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust, the fading of love and the breaking of trust. We are all just floating in a beam of the sun, waiting for the day to be done. Yeah, waiting for the day to be done. Make a single sound, dust in the light. Are you dancing with them? Are you dancing tonight? Are you dancing tonight? Room number 7 on Highway 42. Smells like stale tobacco and a cheap shampoo. I threw my duffel bag on the floral bedspread. Got a highway hum ringing loud in my head. The ice machine is rattling down the hall. There's a faded landscape painting on the wall. I bought a black coffee from the lobby downstairs, trying to wash away the weight of your stares. I drove 300 miles just to feel detached, lighting up a cigarette with a sofa match. I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I've been, running from the sorrow underneath my skin. Looking through the cracks of the motel blinds, watching the neon sign as it flashes in blinds. It says vacancy in a buzzing cherry red, like the empty spaces on the other side of this bed. Out here in the desert, nobody knows my name. I'm just a passing headlight in a lonely game, hiding from the daylight, leaving you behind through the dusty cracks of the motel blinds. Shaking the glass, I watch the shadows of the lonely headlights pass. My phone is dead upon the bedside stand. I let it die right there in the palm of my hand, because I couldn't bear another heavy text or the anxious wondering of what happens next. I just need the anonymity of this room, suspended in the amber of a midnight gloom. I drove 300 miles just to feel detached, lighting up a cigarette with a sofa match. I don't know where I'm going, but I know where I've been, running from the sorrow underneath my skin. Looking through the cracks of the motel blinds, watching the neon sign as it flashes in blinds. It says vacancy in a buzzing cherry red, like the empty spaces on the other side of this bed. Out here in the desert, nobody knows my name. I'm just a passing headlight in a lonely game, hiding from the daylight, leaving you behind through the dusty cracks of the motel blinds. Cardboard boxes stacked up to my waist, every memory packed away in haste. I took the pictures down from the hallway wall. Now there's just rectangular spaces, pale and tall. The winter sun is slanting through the panes, highlighting the coffee and the water stains. I'm walking barefoot where the rug used to lay, feeling the splinters whispers of yesterday. And the house feels so much bigger now. I hear my own voice echoing. Somehow every footstep sounds like a heavy drum, reminding me of what we have become. There are shadows on the hardwood floor where the heavy oak table stood before. There are dents in the varnish, scratches and lines, the physical proof of our intertwined times. You took the mattress, I took the frame. We split up the books and we split up the blame. But the house keeps the secrets we couldn't afford, left as shadows on the hardwood floor. I found a silver hairpin by the stairs and a crumpled up ticket to the county fair. It's funny how the little things survive when the bigger things couldn't stay alive. The fireplace is cold and swept entirely clean, no embers left of what we might have been. I lean against the door frame of our room, inhaling the dust and the fading perfume. And the house feels so much bigger now. I hear my own voice echoing. Somehow every footstep sounds like a heavy drum, reminding me of what we have become. There are shadows on the hardwood floor where the heavy oak table stood before. There are dents in the varnish, scratches and lines, the physical proof of our intertwined times. You took the mattress, I took the frame. We split up the books and we split up the blame. But the house keeps the secrets we couldn't afford, left as shadows on the hardwood floor. Sweep it up, mop it down, turn the key and leave this town. But you can't erase the groove when a heavy heart starts to move. No, you can't erase the trace of the ghost inside this place. Yeah, there are shadows on the hardwood floor where the heavy oak table stood before. There are dents in the varnish, scratches and lines, the physical proof of our intertwined times. You took the mattress, I took the frame. We split up the books and we split up the blame. Just shadows, just outlines of you and me on the hardwood floor. Turn off the light, close the door. The ceiling fan is spinning way too slow, slicing through the heavy air we know. You're sitting on the edge of the velvet couch. I'm tracing out the patterns with my mouth. We haven't said a single word since 10, just waiting for the quiet to unbend. I watch your chest rise up and slowly fall, while shadows stretch like giants on the wall. There is a canyon growing on the rug, between the coffee cups and pulling tugs. I hear the ticking of the kitchen clock, a hollow rhythm echoing the shock. And it's the space between breaths that kills me most, the lingering presence of a living ghost. We're inhaling the dust of what we used to be, exhaling the ending of you and me. It's not the screaming that tears us to the bone. It's the quiet realization we're alone. In the space between breaths I lose my mind, leaving the best of us somewhere behind. The streetlight flickers yellow through the glass. A lonely taxi cab begins to pass. I wonder if the driver knows the way to navigate the things we cannot say. You shift your weight and look down at your shoes, a silent flag of truce we both refuse. The static from the radio bleeds in a white noise blanket where the love had been. There is a canyon growing on the rug, between the coffee cups and pulling tugs. I hear the ticking of the kitchen clock, a hollow rhythm echoing the shop. And it's the space between breaths that kills me most, the lingering presence of a living ghost. We're inhaling the dust of what we used to be, exhaling the ending of you and me. It's not the screaming that tears us to the bone. It's the quiet realization we're alone. In the space between breaths I lose my mind, leaving the best of us somewhere behind. Hold it in, count to 4, watch the shadows touch the door. Let it out, close your eyes, say the truth dressed in disguise. We are fragile, we are glass, waiting for this night to pass. But the morning won't bring light, just a different shade of night. 'Cause it's the space between breaths that kills me most, the lingering presence of a living ghost. We're inhaling the dust of what we used to be, exhaling the ending of you and me. It's not the screaming that tears us to the bone, it's the quiet realization we're alone. In the space between breaths, just breathe, just breathe. In the space between breaths, we leave. I watch you